The people working around this pond this morning saw a man's arm sticking up from the water right there and immediately called the police. Monica, it doesn't look like much now, but the dirt patch behind me will soon host a variety of sports fields, including football. We're at the corner of 7th and Main, and as you can see under the underpass, there's a car almost fully submerged. We don't know all the details at this time, but we'll get you updated as soon as possible. Jessica, the Deutscher family, a pregnant mother, a father, and their daughter, was traveling in this car from Jamestown to Bismarck for a family reunion, but they never made it. She went from Myrie Elementary School, through Wachter Middle School, all the way through Bismarck High. That's 13 years without missing a day of school. Using one of these boards, you can do everything from playing music to even playing games like the childhood favorite Super Mario Brothers. Oh man, well, I never was very good at this game. At this point, there are a lot more questions than answers concerning hundreds of thousands of dollars in disallowed costs. There are missing receipts and records for 3 years of expenditures at a school on the Standing Rock Reservation dating back to 2009. The sound of scandal is growing louder at Sitting Bull School.
We had no idea that this money was gone. We didn't even have a clue what was going on until we start getting involved.
The money Dale Weasel is talking about comes to more than $600,000. Those funds can't be accounted for because of poor record keeping and unorthodox purchasing procedures, according to Superintendent Lisa Belowski.
I have to be honest and say that I've never witnessed in my life where it is so hard for someone to stand up and speak the truth.
The truth Belowski is seeking occurred during former Superintendent Dave Archambault Sr.'s tenure.
That was impossible to do what they allege, and we'll get to that in the court alone. That's impossible what they say. I couldn't believe it when I heard that.
Archambault says mistakes may have been made, but he's defending his record.
In audits, there's no pristine, there is no such thing as anybody not doing anything wrong. If you go to audits, every institution that gets audited, they have findings on them. They have weaknesses.
That record, according to school audits, includes unsupported and unallowed expenditures, unsecured deposits and investments, and undocumented costs.
Had it been any other John Doe Indian on the reservation, they'd already be writing letters home from a federal penal institute. Yeah. That's the bottom line.
Archambault is the father of current tribal chairman Dave Archambault Jr.
We have a right to know everything that's going on in our tribe, especially when it affects us and it affects our children and grandchildren.
Belowski says that at one point there was such a large discrepancy in accounting procedures that the school was almost unable to make payroll and could have been forced to close. But according to teachers, things have gotten better since Belowski took over.
Watching them grow just in these 3 years and improve and work hard and be determined has just been amazing.
Numbers not adding up isn't the only issue facing this school. According to documents, no students in math and only 6% were meeting state standards in English.
I really just wanted to turn around and run out the door, honestly. But these children, they're the most incredible, loving, beautiful kids I've ever worked with. And I just had to make it work for them.
In 2014, 7% of students tested acceptably in math, while 19% received a passing grade in English. On the financial side, the school is working to reimburse the federal government for the costs in question, but it's unclear when that process will be completed. Now, the U.S. Attorney would not comment on whether there's an investigation into missing money at the Sitting Bull School. We contacted the Bureau of Indian Affairs for a comment, but we haven't connected with them so far. Residents of Wells County reported they saw flames from as many as 21 miles away last night as a structure fire left families looking to rebuild. After hearing about the tragedy, the First Lutheran Church decided to set up a donation drive, and the response was inspiring. Within the first hour, about 25 residents showed up to donate toys, clothes, food, and whatever else they could.
We are happy to do it. You know, in a small town, everyone's like family, and we'd like to treat them that way, the same way they would treat us if it happened to us.
That wasn't all the support the victims of the fire received. Jim Weinman, who owns the Artist Motel, is allowing residents to stay there free of charge while they figure out more permanent living arrangements. He also owns the town's pizza ranch, which provided firefighters with all they could eat as they fought the fire.
Pretty awesome. Yeah, it's pretty good. You know, we get a lot of support from the community for our fire department, and we try to return the favor. You know, this is it.
The Harvey Fire Department dumped about 500,000 gallons of water on the apartment building in an attempt to contain the fire, most of which turned to ice as they were dealing with wind chills that approached 30 below zero.
Yeah, that's been a battle, and the city's been doing an excellent job with their blade and stuff, trying to keep the ice off the streets and stuff. And I don't think anybody's fallen yet or whatever, but it's been pretty tough to walk around here without hurting yourself.
The cause of the fire is still under investigation. For NBC North Dakota News, I'm Max Grossfeld. She has battled to become the salutatorian of her class and much, much more.
In a society are based on age.
Staying focused is something all successful students have in common. Concentrating when you're battling thyroid cancer is incredible.
I was just baffled that this type of thing could be happening to me, and it was honestly, it was really heartbreaking, and it took my breath away.
Just a week before her senior homecoming, Brittany Roney's doctors diagnosed her with the rare form of cancer. She had to ask the doctors to delay the surgery so that she could enjoy her last fall dance. Before the news, she had everything going for her: a straight-A student, president of the FFA, and looking forward to college.
They told my mother, and when she told me, I fell to my knees. It was something that I never expected to hear as a 17-year-old girl.
The disease took her voice, forced her to undergo radioactive iodine treatments that isolated her from everyone, including her family, for 5 days.
We're a family, we stick together, we just learn to cope with everything, and it has definitely brought our family closer.
And through it all, she continued to excel academically.
You're not really sure how strong you are until strong is all you have to be, or all you are required to be.
With graduation only weeks away, she's beaten the cancer and has been named ACT College and Career Readiness semifinalist, which means she's one of the top 4 high school students in the entire country.
She's going to overcome any obstacle that comes her way within her ability to do so. And because she is so strong and she's so academically bright and she's a leader and she gets involved in things and she has such a positive attitude.
In addition to support from her family, her friends and classmates raised $14,000 to help cover Brittany's medical bills.
It's been awesome. Our community is so supportive. Everybody gets together. We had a big ceremony for her where all the teachers shaved their heads, and it's been great.
Brittany's hard work in the classroom is paying off. She's got a full-ride scholarship to Valley City State University.
Hard work does pay off. It's really great.
Cancer couldn't stop her from achieving her goals, and she's just getting started. She says she hopes to get a master's degree and open her own accounting firm after she graduates from college. Incredibly, Brittany's older sister Janessa is also undergoing treatment for the same cancer, but thankfully doctors think she'll be okay. Her twin sister Bridget also has nodes on her thyroid that may be cancerous, which doctors are monitoring.